Hi, I'm Shane, Product Development Engineer with Quick Attach. Today I'd like to go over the features and benefits of our mini tiller. This tiller has 32 tines and a tilling width of 37 inches. Okay, so I want to talk about the tiller construction. Now there isn't much to a tiller frame, it's pretty simple. This is formed 7-gauge steel, it's grade 50, it's got a lot of bends in it, so it's going to be strong and stiff. And it covers over 180 degrees of the tiller tines, so it's not just on one side, but it's got a lot of depth to it. That's what's going to give it strength. And on the ends then it's welded to 1/4-inch plate steel. So that's going to tie in this whole end and keep it stiff. On the back side, we've got ribs here welded from top to bottom, and that's where the mounting plate mounts. So we've got a structure, a good base to start from. Keeping with the simple and robust design, we've used a single drive motor. It's direct drive, so it mounts, it couples directly to the arbor. We use a special hub that locks the drive shaft into the arbor, so it's simple and yet somewhat flexible. And then on the far end, we're using an 1.5-inch greasable bearing. So we've got both ends well pinned in place, and so it's going to be able to handle a lot of torque. It's got a motor that's sized properly for the flow rate, and with the lower pressures that some mini loaders have, it still makes gobs of torque. So when you're tilling, it's all about torque. You got to be able to pull through the soil. The speed really is not as much of a factor, and so we've sized this motor to do that. So I want to focus in a little bit here on the tiller tines themselves. You'll notice that they're pinned in place, so they rotate a small amount. That's so that you can use this tiller bi-directionally, so you can spin it forwards or backwards depending on the application. The tiller tine needs to rotate slightly so it has bite on the edge of the tine. They're made out of special steel, so they're somewhat flexible but very strong and hard. They're designed specifically for digging. You'll notice today where we're digging, there's a lot of trees. You're going to find roots. You know, if you're making food plots or a new garden, you're going to find things in the ground. The high torque that we talked about earlier is what's needed to dig through this kind of debris. You're going to pull this out, you're going to rip them off, and it's going to kick them out. Okay, we did our first pass here. We're working on a hill, so it's a little bit tricky, and we're in the woods, but I wanted to show you we hit a ton of rocks here. This is an area probably where farmers have been collecting rocks because there's a field nearby. But we hit at least 5 rocks on the way down here. What happens, I'm using the tiller tines in reverse as I backed up. And I like doing that because it undercuts. It seems like it takes less effort. What happens sometimes though is you'll grab a rock and it'll go over relief. So you just got to stop and then reverse it to kick that out. But you can see these rocks that we hit here, I mean, they're all fairly good sized. And you know, with the relief setting on the loader, it just stops. The tiller tines and the drive system are all strong enough to hold that. It doesn't hurt them when you hit them like that. So you can see it's actually taking chunks out of the rock here. So those are the rocks we hit just on the way down. So, you know, we're working in an area that's virgin. It's got these obstructions. That's going to happen when you're tilling. We're going to be able to go over this a second time now. Probably, hopefully not hit any more rocks, but we'll be able to level it out real nice. Okay, so I just completed the second pass here. It's about 30 feet. It's going downhill, so it's a little tricky on a mini loader. It's not exactly level. I was hoping there weren't any more rocks, but there was definitely more rocks. I had the tiller rotating the opposite direction. What that does is it kind of sprays the dirt out, kind of levels it out. You can see that it's chopped up all the vegetation now. It's left a nice soft finish. And if I was on more level ground, I probably would have tilled a little bit deeper and moved the hood a little bit down. That would help smooth it out as well. But you can see as I got down to the bottom here, I mean, it really did level it out nice. So this is perfect soil now. You could go in here and plant a garden like nothing. It's beautiful. Down at the bottom here, I did pick up a couple roots. This one's about 3/4 inches. This one didn't come out all the way yet, but this is over 1 inch in diameter, this one. So again, like rocks, if they get stuck in there, you can just reverse it and usually kick them out. Or it's gonna just cut through them like this one did. It cut it right off. And it's easy to rake out. It's easy to clean this area up. Took a second pass here and I picked up a surprise. It's a piece of chain. So this is the kind of stuff you'll find in the woods near homesteads where people threw junk in the woods. So this is actually link chain. It's got a hook on the end of it. I had to stop because it wrapped it up. We're gonna have to figure out how to unwrap it here, but it didn't do any damage. All the tiller tines are still operational. We just got to stop and clean this out. So you got to do that safely. I hope you've enjoyed the videos we made here today with these attachments. As always, check back often as we make more videos just like this. Give us a call and check out our website if you have any questions.